This Chiron looks like it's wearing Bane's mask from Dark Knight Rises. This is the all-new Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport. In French, Pur Sport means for sport. So this is a sport performance version of the Bugatti Chiron, and the carbon fiber details on his car are absolutely amazing. Look at that stripe. It's going all the way up the hood onto the windscreen. It even has carbon fiber wipers. Now let's see here. These vents are here on the fender and they're to let the air out when the front wheels are spinning. So what exactly is this Chiron Pur Sport? Basically, this is a performance version of the Bugatti Chiron. It's designed to go around corners as fast as humanly possible. So Bugatti had to alter the car's aerodynamics to make it more corner friendly, but they haven't done anything to the engine's performance, which is very strange. They've also messed with the gear ratio so that gear changes are now faster. Because of that, this car is much quicker than the standard Chiron. So why did they do this? The Chiron was still a masterpiece of theirs. Basically what happened is the creation of the Koenigsegg Jesko. When the Jesko was announced, people said that Bugatti is dead, Bugatti is no more. So Bugatti went on the internet, googled its images and saw the Jesko. So they saw the Jesko. It was a redesigned Agera with a beautiful wing, and they said, you know what, we can do that as well. Look at that engine bay. Those air ducts are unique to this model. Plus this connector that's joined from the roof to the engine bay. That's also different for this model. So what is the difference of the Chiron and the regular Chiron Pur Sport? One of them is, of course, this huge spoiler wing. So now this spoiler wing is fixed. You cannot lower it into the body. It's huge. It's as wide as the car. Plus it has some details that match the body color as well. And of course, for that they've also redesigned the rear. Look at that, the details below the tail light, and here you have some air duct as well underneath this fixed wing. The diffuser has also been completely redesigned. It's much bigger. It's much more beautiful. The engine is a 8-liter W16 quad turbocharged engine that makes 1500 horsepower. This exhaust setup is actually 3D printed. So with all these changes, what exactly is the result of this? Basically, you'll be surprised to know that the top speed of this car is much lower than the standard car. This car only goes up to 217 miles per hour. Now, Bugatti have been smart. They sacrificed top speed for cornering and acceleration. This car is very fast. Let me show you one big example. Is that this is the rear of the standard Chiron. See how different it is. It has the adjustable wing, the 4 quad pipes because it's a Chiron Sport, not a Pur Sport model. And you can see how the diffuser is much simpler, much more elegant, rather than much more aggressive on this. So that's exactly the difference between these two cars. Now, acceleration wise, this car does 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, which is much quicker than the standard Chiron's time of 2.5 seconds. So yes, of course, keep in mind that this is a very heavy car. So if it can accelerate that fast, that's a big achievement. Speaking of Chirons, I have 3 Chiron Sports next to this Chiron Pur Sport. The middle, the dark gray one, that's the anniversary edition. It's limited to 20 units in the whole world. As for the Chiron Pur Sport, that's limited to 60 units in the whole world. So let's look at the front of the gray one and the blue one. You can see that, of course, the Chiron Pur Sport is much more different than the standard Chiron, and of course, much better looking as well. I love the color. And let me know in the comments, would you rather go for the Pur Sport version, or would you go for the standard Chiron version, or would you go for something different like a Koenigsegg? So basically, the aerodynamics of this car had to be redesigned in order to make it more corner friendly. And Bugatti also want to make the world's fastest car, so that is a separate model. It's called the Chiron Super Sport. I'm hoping to see that someday as well. For now, let's have a look at the interior. Now, if you look at all the buttons on the steering wheel, in the standard Chiron, they're all very beautiful and silver color, but here they're quite dark and plastic. Now, the bottom part of the steering wheel and the top part of the steering wheel are all Alcantara. In the standard Chiron, they're all carbon fiber. So that's one of the differences that you'll notice in between the two cars. Other than that, yes, they're pretty much standard. They're both identical to each other. Only difference is, of course, is the materials. So here in the middle, you get these knobs. That's it. That's all you get to adjust everything inside the car. There's no big LCD screen for you to touch or control parts of the car. Everything is done through those knobs here. It's quite minimalistic. As for the headrest, yeah, you get the Chiron Pur Sport logo. The seats are actually quite comfortable, and you get this double glass roof layout as well. So here in the middle of the seat, you see that thin white line? That's an ambiance slide. It goes all the way from the top all the way down here to the armrest. And that's a nice touch actually. So overall, yes, if you look at the door, that also has a very beautiful design. It's like these wires just flying off into the distance. So I had a chance to sit in one Chiron, and it's quite comfortable actually. It's very spacious. So in this showroom here, there was a Bugatti Divo as well. I'll leave all the Bugatti videos links in the video's description for other videos like the Koenigsegg Jesko, Regera, Gemera, Agera, or just have a look at my channel. I'm sure you're going to enjoy those videos as well. And thank you for watching the whole video.